Welcome to the next installment of Peter's Perspectives. Today we will be talking about the new Biz-Ops operating model that is starting to be adopted widely in industry. So what is Biz-Ops and why do companies want to go down this path? So Biz-Ops is the operating model that comes into being as the digital stack that we're putting in place becomes mature. As we build out, as we go through these digital transformation efforts and build out that digital stack, we are in effect composing platforms. We're moving away from our process-driven management methods to platform-driven ones. These platforms cross the barriers that we set up when we enabled and put in place our processes. Our processes are put in place by ERP and other systems that enable those processes. As we build platforms, we no longer focused on the process, but more the business outcome. So as these platforms are composed and put in place, they enable us to rethink our organization, rethink our team structure, build cross-functional teams that are now more focused on the business results, the business outcomes. Now, this is a huge step forward in that we are now building a much tighter relationship between the tech stack and the organization and the things that we're competing on. Whether it's customer experience or employee experience or total time to market or any other of the many dimensions that we use to compete. And as this focus comes into being and we think about that journey, we have to inevitably rethink about how we're organized. The technology structure, as it collapses, forces us to rethink our siloed approach or our process-driven approach that we've been organizing our organizations with. And there's this new operating model, which we refer to as the Biz-Ops operating model. The benefits of this model, as I just laid out, are a much tighter linkage to the business results, therefore better competitiveness. The other perhaps surprising aspect of this is in almost all situations, the total cost to serve of these new operating models is dramatically lower than our old process-driven cost to serve. Now, this is a little bit surprising because we're often investing a great deal of money into the tech stack and potentially upgrading our skill base, moving to cross-functional teams, which the components of which may be more expensive, but the overall productivity, the overall effect is a lower cost to serve. And this is the promise of the Biz-Ops model. Now, a word of caution. As you inevitably move down this path, you will find that change of the magnitude that is required to fully capture this operating model, to implement this operating model, is very significant. And as we all know, change is very difficult. You will need to take this, you will need to adopt an agile journey philosophy on this. There is no blueprint that you can put in place and move to immediately and get everything right. You will need to iterate through this process. Change of this magnitude takes time and patience. So as you inevitably move down this world, I hope that you find this helpful and you can reflect on what we've been talking about.